It's just after 9 in the morning in a college town in upstate New York. A 22-year-old nursing student is supposed to be sleeping off a late night with her roommates. But by the end of the day, she's found dead in another student's bed. And the guy who lives there is already on a plane out of the country. So this is the murder of Haley Anderson. And it's one of those cases that makes your jaw clench because the warning signs were loud. And it still ended like this. So here's the deal. Haley Anderson was born May 9th in 1995 in Waterbury on Long Island. Her parents were Karen and Gordon. She had a younger sister named Maddie. And by every account, Haley was the person everybody loved. Easy to be around, funny, warm. She's the kind of friend that just shows up, even when she was tired. So she goes to Binghamton University in 2018 in the Decker School of Nursing. 5th year, because that program can take a long time. She works on campus, coffee shop job, just typical classic job. And she got her future lined up. Internship at a hospital back on Long Island. A job basically waiting for her after she graduates. And then there's her vibe. Haley's friends talk about her like she's sunlight. Always moving, always curious, always down to do something dumb and fun. Like game night, wine, and yelling over taboo answers. And that's where we're headed. But first, we need to talk about Orlando Tersero. Orlando is also a nursing student born in Miami, raised in Nicaragua for a chunk of his life. Comes back to the US for school. People describe him as smart, social, life of the party type. And at some point, Haley and Orlando start this on and off thing. Not boyfriend and girlfriend. Not we're building a life together. More like, hey, we're just hanging out, hooking up sometimes, talking, drifting, coming back, just college stuff. But the problem was Orlando did not treat it like that. He wanted Haley locked in like a contract, like she owed him. And Haley didn't move like that. She had other goals. She wanted freedom. She talked about traveling, maybe being a travel nurse, doing her life her way. And she was always seeing another guy at different times. A guy named Kevin Ocampo. On again, off again. But Kevin, from what friends say, wasn't trying to control her. He let her be. Orlando couldn't handle that. Now let me tell you about the first big red flag that everyone remembers. This is about September 15th, 2017. Now there's a party at Orlando's place. Haley shows up with her friends. Kevin's in the mix again. Orlando finds out Haley and Kevin are talking again, and he loses his fucking mind. Not like a quiet, sad moment, like yelling, public, angry, making it everyone's problem. Haley's trying to tell him straight up, I don't want what you want. She still wants to be friends. She's just trying to be kind with him. And honestly, that kindness matters here, because Haley keeps giving him grace he never earned. Now after that party, Haley goes home, Kevin stays over. Next day, Kevin walks out and sees Haley's car there. All 4 tires slashed. This is not a mistake. This is rage with a blade. Haley tells police she suspects Orlando did it. Orlando denies it. But get this. The damage is around $600, which could mean serious trouble for him. And Haley being Haley doesn't want to ruin his life. She doesn't want him kicked out of nursing school. So she backs off. She drops it, basically, as long as he pays for the tires. And he does. He pays it. And to a normal person, that would be the end of it. You'd go, cool, this man is dangerous, block him, done. But Haley keeps him in the circle because she's trying to be nice about it. She doesn't want him to feel left out. She doesn't want to be cruel. And Orlando takes that kindness and twists it into permission. Now, over the next few months, her roommates notice things. He shows up uninvited. He's outside the apartment. He's popping up like he lives there. He's watching, checking, trying to keep tabs on her. One roommate, Josie, is the one who keeps having to tell him, leave, stop. This is not cool. But Orlando keeps doing it. And if you ever dealt with someone like this, you know that feeling. It's not love, it's ownership. Now we get to the week that Haley dies. Wednesday night, March 7, 2018. Haley and her roommates do what they always do. Wine night, board games, laughing, normal. They feel safe. The kind of night you don't think twice about anything. They wrap up late. It's like 3:45 in the morning. or so. Everyone heads to bed. One roommate, Josie, noticed that Haley isn't in her bed. At first, it's not panic. Because, it's college. People crash on couches, people wonder, and Haley's an adult. They're not trying to police each other here. They text her, they call her, and she's not answering. And all day it's weird, but not call the cops weird yet. But then the day just keeps going on. No posts, no replies, messages unread. And Haley has plans that night. She's supposed to meet friends at a bar. And Haley's the friend who always shows up. If she's coming, she comes. But she doesn't. And that's when the fear sets in. Because it's not just she's sleeping, it's something is going on, something's wrong. So the roommates use Find My Friends app. And Haley's phone is showing at a house on Oak Street, a house owned by Orlando. At first, there's this weird little flicker of relief, like, maybe she's there, maybe she's fine, maybe she just doesn't want to talk. But that relief dies fast. But she still isn't responding, and the time is just stretching too long. So Josie and another roommate, Michelle, go to Orlando's house. They knock, no answer. And here's something they don't know yet. Earlier that same day, police already came to that house because Orlando's sister had called for a welfare check. She got a troubling text from him. She's worried he's going to hurt himself. The police knock, no answer. Looks like nobody's home. And they leave. So now Josie and Michelle are at the same door and they get the same silence. But their gut is just screaming. They find an open window and they climb in. They move through the house looking for Haley's phone, calling her name out, trying not to freak out. Then they go in Orlando's bedroom. Haley's in the bed, under the blankets, and she's naked. And she's so pale, they don't even know at first if she's alive. Now just imagine that for a moment. Your brain trying to make it not real. Your stomach is dropping through the floor. So they call 911. Police and emergency responders arrive. They confirm what the roommates are afraid to say out loud. Haley's dead. Cause of death will later be ruled homicide by manual strangulation, compression to the neck. And Orlando is gone. Now the question becomes, did he take her? Did he trick her? Did she go willingly? Investigators check cameras around the neighborhood. There are security cameras near Orlando's place also. They see Haley and Orlando enter the house together around 2:30 in the morning on March 8th. Haley's walking, looks okay, not dragged, not carried. She looks inside, and she's never seen leaving. Orlando, he comes and goes. At one point, he goes to a store and buys sleep aids, Ziquil and melatonin, which is chilling because you hear that and you start thinking about timing and intent and what he was planning. Then later, cameras show Orlando down towards the basement area. Inside the house, investigators find signs that he tried to end his own life. Hooks, a tie, and blood. A chair knocked aside, a bloody gauze packaging. And there's a note written in Spanish. The translation is basically an apology and a message to his father who had died years earlier. A goodbye. It reads like a confession without saying, I did it. Then later, cameras catch Orlando leaving with luggage. He drives to JFK. Airport footage shows him walking in with bandages on his head, like he's injured, like he fell, like that basement scene wasn't just theater. He gets on a flight, not to Miami, not somewhere close. It goes to Nicaragua. And that matters because Orlando has dual citizenship, which means Nicaragua is not required to hand him over to the United States. So now this isn't just a murder case, it's an international case. While all this is happening, Haley's mom, Karen, is at home on Long Island. She gets home and sees a black car parked outside, 2 men in suits. And that gut feeling just hits her immediately. That cold, awful knowing. And they come to the door, and in a blur she hears words like homicide, Orlando, and Haley. And her whole life splits in half. 3 days earlier, she talked to Haley on the phone. Haley was excited about a tax refund, just normal life stuff. The kind of call you just never think will be your last. And now she's being told her daughter has been murdered. Back at Binghamton, the community is wrecked. Nursing school shuts down for a day. Counseling is offered and the friends are numb. People can't process it. And everybody's thinking the same thing. Orlando did this. Because a 22-year-old doesn't just die in a bed like that. Not in a home of a guy with history of stalking and rage. Not after he slashed her tires. Not after he couldn't accept a simple no. 5 days after Haley's found, Orlando's located in Nicaragua at a hospital in the city of Leon. He's there because he needs treatment for his injuries. Police arrest him. He has a Nicaragua passport on him. And for a moment, there's relief. But the next part is messy. The U.S. charges Orlando with second-degree murder in Broome County, New York. But Nicaragua doesn't extradite him. So instead, Nicaragua prosecutes him there. And the charge is femicide. Femicide is a specific crime in Nicaragua. It's when a woman is killed in the context of a relationship tied to control and gender-based violence. The idea is this isn't random. This is a man deciding a woman doesn't get to choose. And for Haley's family, that fits. Because that's exactly what this looks like. So his trial starts on October 1st of 2019. And it's wild because witnesses in the US are allowed to testify by video. Haley's friends, investigators, Kevin talks about the tire slashing, the pathologist testifies. There's testimony that Haley may have been asleep when the attack happened. That detail makes me feel a little sick because if that's true, then she didn't even get a chance to fight or run or scream. She's just murdered. The prosecution lays it out. Haley rejected him. She wanted her life. She reconnected with Kevin. Orlando doesn't accept it. The jealousy builds, obsession tightens, and then he kills her. The defense has basically one move. They say Orlando was temporarily insane because he was drunk. I mean, come on. That is their argument. They call one psychiatrist. He says Orlando claims he can't remember what happened. That he woke up and she was dead. But even that witness admits there's no way to truly know Orlando's state of mind. At the moment of the murder, there's nothing wrong with him now. So the judge has the facts, the timeline, the cameras, the history, the note, the flight out of the country, all of it. And in Nicaragua, it's not a jury, it's the judge. So after a 90-minute recess, Fabiola Betancourt returns with the verdict. He's found guilty. She says Orlando could not accept Haley's right to make her own choices, to date who she wanted to live her own life. And she gives him the maximum sentence for the femicide. 30 years, no parole, none of that. Later, Orlando appeals. His defense argues the same thing again. They even say he would have gotten a lighter sentence in the US, so Nicaragua should reduce it. Which is insane because he ran to Nicaragua to avoid the US case. But the appeal is denied, the conviction stands. And Haley's parents speak out. Karen says thank you for denying the appeal. That justice was served as much as it could be. She talks about how she hasn't seen remorse, only regret that he can't lower his sentence. And her dad, Gordon, says he believes justice was served too. And here's the part that always hangs in the air. None of this brings Haley back at all. She never gets to graduate, start her job. She never gets to live the life she was building. Her dad accepted her diploma on in her behalf. Her photo sat with the graduating class. And her mom had been planning a graduation party. Haley was helping make the guest list. That's the kind of detail that just punches you right in the chest because it's so normal, so human, so close to life she should have had. And the bigger point, the one Haley's family keeps trying to push is this. Take stalking seriously. Take control seriously. Take jealousy seriously. Because people love to brush it off. Oh, he's just intense. He's just hurt. He's just being protective. No. Sometimes it's a warning. Haley was kind. She gave chances. She didn't want to ruin his future over tires. And he took her entire future anyways. So if you're listening to this and you recognize that behavior in someone around you, trust that feeling in your gut. Talk to somebody. Tell a friend. Make a plan. Get help. Even if you're not sure yet. Because Haley should be here. And Orlando should have accepted one simple sentence. Or word. No. That's it. That's the line. And he crossed it. and Haley paid for it.